So I asked, why are broken condoms on the sofa? And Carol said, I wish you wouldn't call our children that. What? I accidentally drank a bottle of Invisible Ink last night. I was in the hospital for hours, still waiting to be seen. My wife told me to take the spider out instead of killing him. I went out, had a few drinks. Nice guy. He's a web designer. By the way, just to let you know, if anybody gets any DMs from me about canned meat, don't open it. It's spam.
Oh, God.
There's some things I haven't missed in these past 2 weeks.
All right then, fair enough. Anyway, I got fired from the gym because I couldn't bench press 30 pounds, and I've had to be put on a 2-week notice. I said to Carol, there's only one thing that scares me during Halloween, and she said, which is? And I said, exactly. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to the Black Dog, number 235. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
Ruff. Sorry, I'm Jim.
I'm Elton.
Yep. And this week, we'll be seeing how everyone's fortnight's been. We will have some feedback for Total Recall. And if we've got time, maybe some leftover from Alien Earth. From the Alien Earth episode, despite me signing off with a terrible "Don't tell me anything more, I don't care." But if we got any time, we do some feedback for that as well. And then after that, we'll be on to our first of our indeterminate weeks of horror, which is your choice, Elton. Your choice. I'm just your choice.
Sure? I don't know if it was.
I think it was. I think it was your choice, Elton.
It was my choice, yes.
And what film was that?
Oh, would you? A good boy. Who's a good boy?
I don't know how they ever got that on the poster. I really don't. Anyway, so we'll get to Good Boy, but not the one that's just come out in the cinema. Not the 2025 Good Boy, the 2022 Good Boy.
No, not the one that everyone's raving about, saying it's a cinematic beauty that it beholds. Yeah. No, the other one.
What's the other thing they're saying? The most emotive actor of our generation, despite the species. That's it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So we'll be getting to Good Boy, not that one, in a while. But let's find out how everyone's fortnight's been. It's been a hot minute since we were last here, and we'll start with you, Jim. How's it been, sir?
Yes, it's been a fortnight. Fortnight of two halves. First, I was fairly stressful as say my mum had been diagnosed with breast cancer. He'd been treated with chemo. It hadn't worked, and it was said, right, she got the operation, have it out, which for a lady in her 80s, that's risky. But that all went well.
No, excellent.
She got discharged the same day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord.
Currently in recovery and doing very well, actually. It's obviously where I get my resilience from.
God, Wolverine hailing abilities.
Yes. So that was good, and it's kind of like, well, hopefully that's sorted now. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But as it was, literally a couple of days after that, we had a book to have a much needed holiday of our own. And we went to stay in the Yorkshire Dales in a lovely little cottage. Well, it's actually a converted granary barn.
Oh, right.
Just kind of not far from Ripon. And kind of literally, we went, was it last Wednesday? It was last Wednesday morning. He said, oh, by the way, alert on my phone, Storm Amy is coming at the weekend. Like, you
Yeah.
So, but it was all right. It was kind of... Friday was very, very rainy, But sort of we got a nice little walk out before the storm got there, which was fun. And basically just stocked up on all sort of treats and goodies, and just stayed all nice and cozy. And because the place we were staying, like one wall was like a big patio window with like French doors in it. You know, lovely view of just hills and the woods where we were. So it was just quite nice. Sat inside, all sort of really cozy in this like cottage. You know, lots of treats and some good red wine. Just watching the world outside looking cold and horrible. And it's kind of, this is really good, actually, isn't it? I quite like this. Hunkering down. I don't have to do anything. I can't go outside. There's a storm, you know. You just stay in and do bugger all. And that was lovely. So yeah, I mean, it was a really lovely place, and really sort of just nice and cozy and homely, and quite near some quite extensive sort of nature trails cutting through the Yorkshire Dales. We didn't get far down them thanks to bloody weather, but we actually had to walk down one which goes through some woods, and we actually saw a deer.
Oh, right. Wow.
A roe deer, which is actually, you know, which is really close, just the other side of it, like a little fence. And he's just going, look. I'm going, what? She's like, can't point, I'll scare it. What, where? Look, bloody hell, there's a deer looking back at me going, humans, Are you staying outside the fence? You don't seem to have guns. That's okay. I'm off. He's like, wow.
Nice.
Plus loads of hedgehogs. I mean, our little dog thought it was incredible. It's like, no, leave them alone. They're spiky. But I want to play with it. It's a big ball. No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
It. Good girl. let him about do his business. So yeah, that was really, really nice breakaway despite the weather. A nice meal out in a lovely country pub. Nice. And stuff like that. And just generally, I mean, the thing, if you go to somewhere like York, everywhere is just so beautiful. Just, you don't need to go to like see like any major sites or anything. Yeah. You just drive to the nearest village and it's incredibly picturesque, you know what I mean? Yep. Yeah. Little tea shops and things. So it was a really, really good breakaway. So much needed. And yes, got back Sunday and feel much better for it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Well, we did watch a film that just appeared on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
Which I will recommend, called Phenomena.
Do.
Thank you.
not the John Travolta one, is it?
No. This is a new one. It's Italian. No, it's Spanish.
All right.
Allegedly based on a true story. Oh, sorry, It was inspired by a true story. And it's kind of like The Pope's Exorcist, but a bit classier, a bit more sophisticated.
Less Russell Crowe on a moped.
Yeah, but instead it's about this kind of this priest sets up this little informal unit to investigate paranormal things and help people who are spiritually troubled by unusual things. And he's recruited kind of there's like one's a tech expert, another lady's a medium, another lady's she's like an investigator. And now they're all kind of like getting on a bit. And they're just a brilliant team of kind of like raving old lady Ghostbusters. They're all like giving each other shit.
You should have led with that.
How mates do, and investigating this particular haunting. And it's really well done. It's really got a lot of heart, a lot of charm, and a similar the same sort of humour the Pope's Exorcist had, but it's a bit more sophisticated.
Nice.
And the plot line isn't nearly as fucking stupid, though it does get fairly silly. Over the top, but in a good way.
Nice.
So if you enjoyed The Pope's Exorcist, check out Phenomena on Netflix. It was really, real fun, very charming, very entertaining. And I'm completely besotted with the three characters because there was like, I want to see another adventure with these guys, please. They were just so good. All smoking like chimneys and kind of, come on, wrap this haunting up. I've got to get back to my grandchildren. Fantastic.
Nice. Oh, that sounds really cool. Phenomena.
That's all right. Yes, so that'll do for my fortnight, I think.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so that's Phenomena, and that's on Netflix, and that's a new one.
It is indeed. Just appeared.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Elton, over to you then, sir. What's been happening with your fortnight?
Well, the other half of my Sova has now been joined, and it is met up. It's been removed from the car of my mother's.
Yeah.
It was a painful birth, but there we go.
Right.
Yeah, so she brought that up, so that's all sorted. I managed to sell the 3-seater on Facebook, which was lovely.
Nice.
And it all went smoothly and swimmingly.
Oh,
that makes a change for Facebook Marketplace.
Well, yeah, I did. I stuck it on Gumtree as well, and that's my very first time in actually downloading that and dealing with that. And immediately I had some Dodge Pop McDougal WhatsApp me just saying, could I PayPal you the money? And okay, to be honest, I would rather give it to someone who wants it and needs it for free than be actually diddled out of it.
Okay.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
And so, he's like, can I PayPal you the money? I was like, well, you can cancel that PayPal as soon as you leave with all the items.
And ask for the money back, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, no, you're trying to diddle me here, so you ain't getting it for free. Don't worry about that. And then he sent another message saying, well, okay, what about a bank transfer? Yeah, like the same thing. And so I sent a reply saying, look, it's cash only. If he'd been really nice, or he or she had been really, really nice, I might have just given it to them.
Yeah.
But you're trying to be a dick. So I sent a message saying, look, it's cash only. You can cancel PayPal and bank transfers as soon as you've got the items. If you're not dealing with cash, I bid you good day.
I said good day, sir.
And I didn't hear another thing. It was like, yeah, I knew it. You bastard.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, luckily enough, there was another person in the next village along, and he wanted it. He paid the asking money, and that was it. It was all sorted. He was a very nice chap. He took it away, and there was no problems whatsoever. So,
and it was on eBay the next day for twice the price.
Right.
And he sold it to some guy for PayPal.
Yeah. He's now gone to the police because he's been ripped off.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all good. So that's settled. I have watched a TV show. I haven't finished it yet, but I am thoroughly enjoying it at the moment. And that show is on Netflix, and it's called Black Rabbit.
Okay.
It's got Jude Law and Jason Bateman.
Is this the one about the restaurant?
Yeah, it's a restaurant-y bar type thing. They're brothers. Bateman is playing like a proper dodgy guy coming back to the family, needing money, and brother, help me out type thing. And it all just it spirals very, very quickly. Yeah. But it's so good. Jude Law is amazing in it, I think.
Yeah?
Which is surprising because I don't mind him. Sometimes he's really good. Sometimes he's really bad. In this, he's really good.
Nice.
Really, really good.
Right.
I think a couple of the episodes are actually directed by Bateman as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
And he's channeling the Ozark Jason Bateman as well.
Yeah.
So it is a proper gritty thing. I've read some things of people being disappointed with the finale, but I haven't got there yet, so I'm yet to find out.
Right.
But I'm really enjoying what I've got so far. And if it's a little bit disappointing, I don't care. I've had a really good time up until this point.
Well, that's always the thing, isn't it? Sometimes it's like if the finale's a bit, it doesn't matter if you've had a good fun laugh all the way through for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We might be returning to that comment later on.
No, my thoughts have not changed on that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's Black Rabbit, and that's
Black Rabbit on Netflix.
Nice. Cool.
And I don't think I've seen anything else.
Okay.
I've had a real shitty 3-4 weeks at work, so I've just decided to have a week off and do some stuff. I'm doing a fence at the moment, so maybe next week we'll find that I've Ron sealed myself to the fence or something. I don't know.
It's only a matter of time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know, the curse has passed from me to one of you three, and we have to find out which one it is.
You just see me stuck against this plyboard with a helicopter, just being dragged across London.
Oh my God, the polycell man being
Yeah.
dragged over on a yellow board. Nice. Wow. Right. Cool. Well,
There will now be a short intermission.
brilliant. Okay. Well, anything else, Elton?
Hang on, let me have a look at my script. No, I have nothing left to say.
Fantastic. Hopefully nobody will have noticed the join where everything went tits up just after the polycell man bit.
I hope not.
Brilliant. Shall we return to Darren and find out what's happened on his week that we've just been listening to for the last 10 minutes?
Darren, I believe you have some good news.
Yes.
How did you know, Elton? This is amazing. Get out of my head. Would you like to inform us of the good news that we are all going to be shocked and stunned at? Yes, I am. This week, I became a granddad for the second time.
Fuck no.
Yes.
Shut the back door.
Fuck yes. No,
Shock.
keep it open. Keep it open, bastards.
Go to the foot of my stairs. Good
No,
Lord.
I'll go to the top of your stairs. Yes, the hand of your stairs, or whatever
Wow.
it's called.
So you're your grandchild. What sex is your grandchild? Please
It is a
inform us.
boy.
It is a boy.
It is a boy.
Do you have the full set now?
Yes, we do. I have the full set. Yes.
Did you hold it aloft like that monkey in that cartoon?
Yes. Hey-o, hey-ya. So, yes. John Tilly Tuck.
Smell the Tuareg campfires. Child is
Chicken
born.
chica, jildy, jildy.
It's the circle of life.
I'm on the circle line. The heating is stifling.
I'm heading to Victoria. No.
There's a man masturbating. And he's looking me in the eye.
Right. Oh, now we've re-established the 10 minutes that we missed because everything went tits
Yes.
up.
Yes,
Carry
indeed.
on.
Okay, so
On the
yes.
circle line. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Apparently it was a very easy birth. It just kind of just happened within the space of a few minutes, and that was it. So mother and baby are doing very well.
I was going to say easy birth because you it wasn't yours.
Yep, indeed, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so there we go. That's two kids I have to now buy Christmas presents for.
Yeah.
So there you are. Woohoo!
That's it, Granddad. You're off.
Yep, I am granddad. No, but I'm not gonna go with the usual name tag there. You know, I thought I'd get a bit more modern. I'm not granddad. I'm G-dad. Yes,
G Daddy.
I'm G-daddy. Yes, I'm the G-daddy.
I'm C Unit.
Burn unit. We're out of here.
G Daddy C Unit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, G-daddy of the C unit. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay. So basically you're now permanently skinned as a granddad.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
right.
the plan? Right.
Yep, I have two grandchildren to worry about now. So there we go. So
Cool.
that's great. So
Right.
all good.
Do we have a name?
Yes, their name is Cassius. So
Cassius.
Yes, that's what they've gone with. So there we go, little Cass, as I shall call him.
Yes, not
That's
Mama
it.
Cass.
Shorten it down straight away. Well
Yeah.
done.
Yep, short it. Yep, that's right.
Cass,
Indeed.
Is their surname Andor?
No, it's not Cassian. It's Cassius.
All right.
So,
Okay. Fair enough.
There you go.
There you go. Right.
There you go. So yes, so there we are. So on to the other stuff that's not family. This week, I did play 2 video games. Yes, I did. Or this past 2 weeks. Let's see now. Shall I get to the one that taught me a life lesson of how to just, that life is hard by a crash helmet? Or shall I go to the one that actually made me feel bad? Which one shall I go for first?
Well, sounds like they both made you feel bad in one way or the other.
Indeed.
Just
okay.
go for it.
We'll go for the first one. Now, there's a game that I know has been out for a while, and I've been waiting for it to just drop down to a price where I could actually afford it. So it came out, I think it was on Steam for $7.99, and that is the Ultimate Edition of the Stanley Parable. I fucking love that game. It's like you said, Lee. I don't know how many hours they sat in a recording booth, just figuring out every alley you could take your character down. But the narration on it is absolutely first class.
Yep,
and superb. It even got me feeling bad at one point.
Right.
Just not to give too much away, there is a part very early on in the game where if you start going off the beaten track of where it's telling you to go, so it's like, say if you're in a corridor and it says, Stanley's come to 2 doors. He obviously took the left-hand door. And then you go off down the right one. It's like, Stanley knew that this wasn't the way to the meeting room.
Yeah.
It does this. So it's basically you start trying to break the game.
Yes.
Right? And it gets to a point where the game's like, yes, let's do this. Let's just do what we want. Come on, let's get on with this. Let's feel the freedom. And I came to a part where I found this staircase.
Yeah.
Right? And it led all the way up to this, whatever it was. I walked up it and the bosses go, no, don't go up there. You really don't want to go up there. I'm like, well, then I really do, don't I?
Yeah.
And I got up the top. And all it is an open balcony where you can just fall straight off to your death. Yeah. And like, don't go any further, you'll die. So I thought, let's give that a try, shall we?
Yeah.
And I went off, and it goes there, it goes, boom. It blacks out for a second, comes back, and you hear the voice go, oh, thank God you're still alive. And we can still do, we haven't had to reset the game at all. And then you go back up it again. It's like, I really wouldn't advise this. And I leapt off again. Again, blacked out. Did this about 3 times. And every time you do it, you notice you are walking slower and slower. Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And it just said to me, so you think my game is so bad that you want to take your own life? And it just stops talking to me. It just went so, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. No, don't do this. I looked at Ree. She's watching me play it. And I went, what do I do? She goes, well, I've got no emotional resonance in this game whatsoever. Jump.
Yep.
And so I did. And it reset the game.
Yeah.
And it starts again.
Yep.
And it's great. It's just such an unusual, such an original game.
Well, can I just tell you one thing? I'm still playing it, and that is what is it? Nearly
how many years
3
now for you?
I'm on my 4th year now.
Fucking hell!
Because for those of you who don't know, to get the final achievement, you have to have not played the game for 10 years and then return to it.
Yep.
After 10 years.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, there's an achievement called Go Outside.
Yeah, go outside.
Touch the grass.
Yeah. So
I'm 6 months into that.
Yeah, I'm on 4 years, but I'm really hoping that I can make it. I don't want to cheat and just like spring the clock forward because it figures that out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I actually got an achievement for that. Every time I restarted the game, I set the clock, and it went, before we go any further, I'd just like to say thanks for setting the clock every time you've started this game. Said, this is really, really good of you, it said. In fact, you know what? Next time you start the game, you just put in any time you like.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's just do it. Any time, whatever your favourite time is, just put it in there. Okay? So, let's get back to the game. And it's just, this is fucking ace. I love it.
Yep.
So yeah, I can see why it's so popular. It's just really, I mean, it is really funny.
Yeah.
And, I did obey its instruction just before I had to switch the game off because it was getting really late as I was playing it.
Yeah.
And the voice had changed to a female one. And it's like, if you carry on playing this game, you're just going to die. You're just going to keep dying. Look, you're going to get trapped between those two metal presses over there. So if you do it, you're just going to come back and play somebody's game. You could, of course, press escape and then quit the game. So that's exactly what I did. So now, when I play it next, I just want to see how it reacts to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. It'll react.
So
good.
Yeah. So absolutely brilliant. So from a game that made me feel bad to a game that taught me a hard lesson, which is like, you know, don't get your hopes up.
No.
All right. Or if you're going to do something, if you're working to something, but understand that it could all fall apart for you in 2 seconds flat. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it.
Okay.
So this game that I played is called Icarus. And the whole premise is you are a prospector. And you go to a planet and you get shot down onto the planet to go make your fortune and send stuff back up to the space station and stuff like this. And it's basically a survival game. You get down there, you build up your resources, you build things, and you do bigger and better stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a whole mission-based system. Yeah, exactly. So I'm in the opening throes of this game. And I'm running around doing this, that, and the other. I've not got a manual for this, so I'm having a wiki bits just to find out how to do certain things, like how do I get oxygen? That's it, right? So, so the basic thing of this, that's how you get right. Okay, so I've got to pick up these stones, and I've just got to sort of like put them into my oxygen unit, and they create oxygen. So fantastic. Okay, wonderful stuff. Let's get on with this. Anyway, so the game keeps on at me like, you need to build a shelter. You need to build a shelter. Get on, build a shelter. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll build a fucking shelter. So I go on to the tech tree, and I see what I need to do to make a basic shelter. So I learn how to make thatched walls, thatched floor, and thatched roof, right? And a door.
Is that particularly airtight?
No, it doesn't matter, right? They've just said create a shelter. Okay, so we're like, okay, well, let's put a door on it as well, right? We'll do this. This is great. Okay, not a problem. So I go off and I spend a while just gathering all the resources that I need to make this stuff, right? And I create all these walls and everything like this, and I plan it out, and I meticulously what I'm going to do, and I create and I'm putting this thing together. And I put a roof on it and everything like this, and I've got all my equipment inside ready to go, right?
Yep.
And I put the final piece in place, and I go, excellent, I'm done.
Yes.
This is where we go to a little cutaway when I explain. Now, this planet that I'm on has got weather systems that it's not really made a big song and dance about. But it's about to. Okay? So, the moment I go, that's it, I'm done. I hear a crack of thunder.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Suddenly a great big lightning bolt just comes down and hits the fucking thatched roof, and I just stand there watching this fucking thing that I've spent hours building burn to the fucking ground. And I'm like, what the? And it just disintegrates before my eyes. Everything just goes. I'm stood there in just my pants and a space helmet. And that's when I got attacked by a bear.
That's when the chuds came.
Exactly, that's when the chuds came.
Yeah.
But fucking hell. And it's like, there endeth the lesson for today.
Right.
That's it. So getting over that, I've now got a house that's fucking weatherproof now. I've built the skills up and everything, and I've actually learned how to make a lightning conductor as well. So I've stuck that on the roof. Yeah. So I'm now like inside the house. I've gone to I've made a stone house, right? So it's all like, all cobbles on the outside of it, stuff like this. Go in to this thing, and watch the weather system hits another one, and there's lightning, thunder, God knows what else, and it doesn't even make a scratch on this thing. So thank fuck for that.
And then the stonemasons turned up.
And then the stonemasons turned up. Yeah. Then it was an earthquake. And the whole fucking lot went into the sea. That's right. but just before that, now I made a tougher wooden house, right? Not made of thatch. This was proper sort of treated wood and stuff like this. So I've made this house, and what you've got to do is you can make a bed in it so you can sleep during the night period if you want to, right? One of the criteria for this is you have to have a proper shelter, so it's got to be a proper light roof over the head with walls on it, right? And you've got to create some kind of campfire or fire within it, so some fire unit that will keep you warm, cook food on.
Right.
So I do this, right? Okay. I make the bed and everything, put it on the floor, and I've made the walls. I've put the doors on this thing, and it's like, tougher wood. This is going to be all right. I'm probably going to need to repair it as a storm comes along, but that's not a big deal. I can handle that. I've got the repairing hammer thing. We can do this, right?
Okay.
Of course.
I'm going to bust you about this.
Me too.
I still haven't learned how to do a proper fire suppressing system. Okay? This gives me nothing at all for this. So I've almost forgotten the incident with the lightning, right? So I create the walls, create everything. I make a little campfire beside the bed, right?
Right.
And I light the campfire, and I'm like, brilliant. There we go. I've done it. And I'm stood there proudly by the bed. And then I'm wondering why the actual borders of my screen are flashing red.
Yes.
And that's when I realise I'm standing in the fucking fire, right? And so I think, oh, fuck. And I move away from it. But what I don't realise is I'm actually on fire. So every time I step somewhere, I'm setting something alight. So I'm setting the house alight again. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Lord Jesus, help me. Help me.
Jesus, help me. So again, I watched the fucking thing burn to the ground. And I can't do anything about it. I've just stood there with my finger up my ass. Just like, I've obviously got to learn a few more sort of skills.
My soft
just maybe make a bit of a bigger place where I'm not. It's just not like everything's one block each. So I've got the fireman in the bed. Maybe I need to make it 2 blocks so I can walk around the fucking thing.
Yes, maybe.
Oh,
nice.
So some hard lessons were learnt in that game, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It is a fucking massive game.
Futility simulator.
Yeah. One other lesson I learned is when you travel far from your base, create another structure of some kind that you can sleep in, put a bed down, and use that as your focal point. Okay, for where you get you respawn.
Yeah.
Right. If you die. Okay. So this gets this later in the game. I get this mission to hunt this thing down. They don't know what it is, but it's been killing all the wildlife and it's been making a general nuisance of itself. Right. So I've got to hunt this thing down. I've got to find out what it is. And I've got to off it.
Right.
Now, I start off at the beginning of the day. And I think, I've got plenty of time to find this fucking thing. What is it going to get me to do? And it shows me all the first place it wants me to go is like, oh, that's slightly out of the explored area that I've been to. And I've been quite far. So I'm like, all right, I've got to make sure I've got all my resources. I've got enough arrows for the bow. I've got some health packs, stuff like this. So I go off and I search for this thing, go to the first place, search around there, find blood marks on the floor, examine those, go on to the next place. And then it says, right, okay, the engineers have managed to track this thing down. We think we know where it is. This is where you've got to go. And your mission is to take this thing out, right? And I'm thinking, yes, let's do this. Surely this can't be too difficult, not at this level, right? I'm like level 17, I think, in the game by this time. So I go off. Now, what I've suddenly noticed is, it's getting darker. Okay. Well, it's dusk. Yeah, maybe I can take this thing out. So I go to where this area is, right? Yeah. And it's like all I've done is I've concentrated on tracking this thing down. So I haven't built another abode with a bed in it that I can use as a focal point and a respawn point. Right?
No, dear.
I've just left it. And I thought, yeah, not a problem. I learn it's a wolf called Shakur the Sleeper. And it comes out at night, right? So, okay, let's go for it. So I find its area, I find its den, and I go up to it. All of a sudden, I hear this, and it's like, surely that's the wolf. Surely that's it. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's the wolf, but it's calling in fucking support. That's what it's doing, right? So I've got 3 normal wolves coming at me. I've got this black wolf that's just got like these fucking glowing eyes coming up, and suddenly it's the help me, Jeebus, help me.
It was at that point he knew he fucked up.
Now, of course, in the game, as you're hitting things with this weapon, they degrade, right? So you have to repair them, right? And of course, the lower the level the weapon, the more it's gonna, or the easier it's gonna degrade. I think I got down to taking off one of my shoes, trying to beat this thing to death. Right?
Nice.
And the fucking thieves just took me out by the end of it, right? It's like, I think I managed to kill the 3 wolves it came with, but there was absolutely no way I could get rid of this, because I suddenly looked at the top of the screen and I noticed its health bar. And to say it was the size of a runway at Heathrow, and I haven't even gotten out with the amount I killed it or fucking damaged it. I hadn't even got out of fucking checking. That's how much I'd done to it.
Right.
So this thing fucking took me out, and then I realised, I've not. Oh, fuck! I've got to go all the way back up the map. Because when you die, it respawns you back at your old base, but it leaves your equipment where you die.
Oh dear.
And this is within the red zone of the actual place, the den.
Right.
So it's like, when I go back there, it's going to kick the fucking thing off again, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm there is with like a fucking can opener, pants, and space helmet again. That's me.
Nice.
So I ended it before it even fucking materialised. I just went, fuck this. I went back a day later and I managed to kill it, but it took an awful lot of engineering to fucking take this thing down.
Nice.
I stood up, basically I ended up standing on a rock. I built a ramp up to a rock and I stood on it, and I stood there beating it to death with a fucking hammer from up top. I kept smacking it on the nose with this thing so he couldn't reach me. It's the only way I could fight it.
Sitting there pissing on it from a great height.
Exactly, yeah. So like fucking throwing stones at it and what have you. Killed it in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, but man,
through boredom. It died of sheer boredom trying to get to you.
It fucking did. It fucking did. And I stood up, I'm like, yes, I've killed it. And I realised it's 3 a.m. and nobody else in the house is awake. I've got no celebration, no nothing. It was like 2 o'clock. I thought, no, it was like midnight when I said, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it. I didn't realise I'd been sat there just fucking trying to kill this thing for 3 hours. 3 fucking hours.
Fucking hell.
So lesson learned there. Better weapons.
You'd say it was a strong recommend for you, then, was it, this game?
Do you know what? Apart from that, it is. Because everything else in it, I think, is great, right? But it's just, you do get some hard lessons taught to you.
Okay, fair enough.
So there you go. But anyway, leaving the world of video games. That's Icarus, by the way.
Yeah.
Both that and Stanley Parable are on Steam.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I got the cheap version of Icarus from CD Keys, or Loaded, as it's now called.
Yes.
So yeah. Yay,
Cool.
thumbs aloft and all that. So just a couple of other things. Peacemaker Season 2 slowly draws to an end.
Yep.
And it has been just absolutely fantastic. Again, pretty much like Resident Alien, I want to see the last episode, and I don't want to see the last episode.
Okay.
Because there's generally been some... basically, if you've been watching it, and, you've heard some of the talk, you know where this was going, right? And it is nice to see that the theories actually paid off, and they were right.
Right.
So yeah.
So I can't say anything. No spoilers.
I can't say anything more.
Thumbs up. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah. Episode 7 was both funny and fucking heartbreaking as well. I was totally bummed out by the end of it.
Oh.
Honestly, I really was. It was an emotional roller coaster, that one.
Okay.
But like I say, funny, really, really well played by all and sundry. I can't really say much more. But I'm apparently the last episode is going to be a humdinger. So
right,
because I think it was James Gunn did episodes 6, 7, and 8. And he said his favourite ones were episode 6, which was a pretty fucking good episode, and number 8. But I've got to say, episode 7, I don't know why he didn't say that was one of his favourites as well, because that was a really good episode.
Okay.
As well. So, highly recommend that. And now we come to the surreal cinema trip I went
Go on. Okay.
Now, I honestly thought this was a Jordan Peele film, right?
Oh God, him.
I actually found out he was just like producer, as in he passed by in a car with the window rolled down and saying, "Hey, you want to make a film about football?" And that was it, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think I've ever seen a sports horror movie before.
Right. No.
Because this is...
Probably never will again.
Probably never will again.
Yeah.
Him. It's all about a guy who has been training to be, the top of his game. There's the man who is the best quarterback in any team, the GOAT as they call him.
Yep.
He's like, that's been his idol up until this point. And he gets a call from this GOAT who is going to retire soon, or they think he's going to retire.
Right.
So they need somebody to come in and replace him as like the next big thing.
Okay.
And he gets an offer to go and train from the man himself at his, his compound out in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And what follows is there are an awful lot of, shall we say, subjects crossed in this. Put it in quite a graphic way. There's an awful lot of stuff about fame and fortune and how shallow it is, and how people, when you're really famous, only want you because they can hang on to you and get something out of you.
Yeah.
And also about really the exploitation of the sports industry as well, especially American football.
Okay.
Great, really well played all round. Marlon Wayans, who's normally in daytime sitcoms and stuff like this, and like those parody horror movies, is particularly sinister in this. And it's always the way that you get some of the best bad guys are always, are played by comedians.
Yeah.
Because there's something about what they do gives them a better insight into this. Jim Jeffries is also in this as well, who plays Marlon Wayans' doctor, who's on the field, looking after the players and it's just this descent into darkness. It starts off all kind of business, but then slowly it just descends into an extremely dark world.
Right.
And honestly, I sat there. I mean, I wasn't bored throughout this film at all.
Right.
But I sat there like, what is this going to come to? Where are we going with this?
Where
I
are
have
we
to
going?
see it.
Right.
Exactly. And I have to say, I think I enjoyed it.
I think I enjoyed it.
There is an awful lot in this. It's quite an assault on the senses.
Right.
Because you're not sure whether half this stuff that you're seeing is true or whether it's some sort of fever dream somebody's fucking well having.
Right.
But like I say, it might be worth waiting until it comes out on streaming to have a watch, but just put all your expectations for this film, leave them at the door, and go in and watch this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit fucked up.
Okay.
I'm not joking. It really is. So there we go. That's
right.
That's a sweet little film.
Sweet little film. End it all
film to end the week on.
Right. Brilliant. Okay. Him in the cinema then. Okay. Well, my fortnight. Well, firstly, the big one is we are officially empty nesters now. We Lisa went up to Lancaster University. We took her up there. She's been doing quite well with the old integration with everyone and people that she doesn't know, and she's having a right old time of it.
Fantastic.
So that's good. That's good news. And she's just started her first lectures this week. So because they have like a freshers week as well the week before. Yeah. It's like the reins have come off, because like normally she's quite reserved and she sort of sits on the sofa and do the sort of typical teenager thing, Netflix and sitting on the phone and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Last week I think she went on 3 pub crawls.
Fantastic.
so we're all
unit rules.
That's what university's all about.
Apparently,
we've got the same. We've got the same thing next year, because Maria's already looking round universities, so she's got that all to come.
Oh, blimey. Yeah.
So she's been a couple of different ones so far. So
cool.
Likes the look of a couple of them. I think. Where did she go this weekend? I think it was Sussex.
Mm-hmm.
Her grandparents took her.
Is that Yeah, go on. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, Sussex University. I think that's what it's called. It could be called. It could be another bit tacked on the end of it, but
Steve,
yeah,
Steve
University. So yeah, she went up and liked the look of it. She doesn't know. She put it down as a choice, but I think she's got her eyes on things like Manchester or that sort of thing.
Enjoy the cost of enjoy supporting the cost of on campus.
She's getting a job.
£250 a week. Anywho, yeah, I can tell you all about that off air. Anyway, yeah. So, but before we went up there, because it was Lancaster and it was going to take us like 5 hours to drive up there, and that's if we didn't stop and if the car didn't run out of fuel. And so we decided what we were going to do was we're going to take a slower trip up the day before and stay in Morecambe, and then come from Morecambe.
Couldn't resist it.
I know.
I'm here all week.
You're all week. Try to veal, tip your waitress. Anyway, so so we went there, and All I'm going to say charitably is I bet it looks nice when the sun's out. Because...
Oh, good Lord.
Because
did it come in the dark again?
No, well, no, we turned up. We turned up and it was pissing with rain. The storm was lashing. It was all getting a bit hairy, scary. And then we decided we were going to go down the seafront just to see if we could get something to eat. See if there's any. And everything's shut except for one hotel, miserable looking hotel, which had karaoke in the bar. Oh, it's like, so you go, I'm here, coming out of the fucking thing, and it's just like,
where it began.
I can begin to read. Sweet Carolina.
You look like a lady.
Living in the winter, going up and going there. So anyway, yeah. So we elected not to do that. We went for got some fish and chips. And fuck me, I don't know what's in the water in Morecambe, but seagulls, man. Seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean,
seagulls. Fuck you. I'm a seagull. That's mine now.
Yeah. Well,
that bag of chips you're eating? No.
Yeah. No,
not yours.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had a sort of Hitchcock moment. And then
there is a nuclear power station at Heysham just down the road.
Well,
which explains much about Morecambe. Which is why when I lived in Lancaster, it was kind of people from Lancaster never go to Morecambe if they possibly can avoid it.
We don't go there. Yeah, exactly.
It was very much Arkham and Innsmouth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Twinned with Massachusetts. Yeah.
Well, these very strange-looking individuals walking around. Don't look
there are
human.
in Morecambe. You don't believe it.
Yeah. Seriously, I could believe it. I could definitely believe it.
Worship the many-angled one.
Yeah. Don't look into the sea. Don't let it look at you. So anyway, yeah. So, but that next day, we decided, right, okay, we're going to drive down to Lancaster University. We're going to drop Lisa off. We're going to take her around Lancaster itself just to pick up a few supplies and all that kind of thing. And just as we got up in the morning, we're still hungry. And, it's like, let's go just get a bloody drive-through McDonald's breakfast sort of thing. Drive down to this McDonald's. And someone's obviously been harangued by the local pterodactyls. And and I thought, well, fucking hell, look at this. And it's like, and right in the middle of the road is a Big Mac, and it is being attacked by two velociraptors, two feathered velociraptors are kind of basically tearing this thing. I've gone, right, okay, fine. Drive past it. Just drive past it. Go to drive past it. As I do that, some boy racer in some, let's just call it an XR3i because it looked like it just come from the 1980s. It was all black with red trim everywhere.
Cortina?
Probably. Comes belting out from the other direction. And what happens is the two raptors launch into the air. As they do that, just as I pass them, and no joking, I hit one of them with the force of an atomic bomb. And it just turned into a combination of hamburger, feather, beak, and shit, all down my driver's side. It literally exploded. It was just like, oh Christ! But you know what? Before the body had hit the ground, the other one was having a go at it. So
there's no loyalty among seagulls.
No. So I apologise for the hit and run on the seagulls on Morecambe Seafront on the Sunday morning, but you know what? Fuck them. Yeah, it was like Escape from New York, but with seagulls. And it was like that guy. Here you go. We got to have a RoboCop quote. It's like that guy who came out of the vats. At the end.
Emil,
yeah, as he comes out and the car just so that was things. So we had a drive-by seagulling.
Christ.
So it was that. But after we dropped Lisa off and getting a bit sad and much tears were shed, but she's blossoming, she's doing well. The beak has finally fallen off the bonnet of my car. It's all good. And basically, me and Carol went to Windermere, and we stayed at Windermere for a couple of days. Lake Windermere, up in the Lake District, and it was gorgeous. It was really nice, really nice. We had a nice little sort of cottage, sort of like just back from the lake. And it was all nice and serene and calm, and we could walk back to Windermere itself and get nice food, and there was beautiful views and all this kind of thing. And except for Wednesday, which was essentially the day they decided to drop off a enormous mobile transformer to power something down the road. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, there was 3 lorries outside our cottage going, fucking bright lights coming.
Full-size Optimus Prime or something like that.
Yeah, Megatron and Bumblebee were also there as well. Yeah, no, it's a bloody great big box. just dropping it off. So that was a bit of a moment. Sitting there, kind of like, isn't this relaxing, dear? We've got some time to ourselves. We've got a beautiful lake. 6 o'clock in the yeah. Roll out. The worst bit was when another one just jumped in and went, Starscream, and then just kind of ran off. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. Do you really want to be standing there? Check out these beautiful views. Humans may find this view pleasing. Release Laserbeak. But anyway, no. So we had a nice time there. That was quite nice. And then after that, got home, and. We've rejigged the house a little bit with the kids gone. We can move things about and all that sort of stuff. But after we started watching some stuff, we started watching some films, and I thought, let's just chill with something light. Nothing too taxing. So we went for the new Shane Black movie, which is on Amazon, called Play Dirty.
Oh, right.
It promotes it as from the maker of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and the writer of The Nice Guys and the director of Iron Man 3. And you think, right, I know where I am. What they don't mention is that he did The Predator. but I'm sitting there thinking, okay, fine. So we start it, and it's like it's a sort of caper movie based around these books. Around a character called Parker.
Oh, Richard Stark, I believe.
That's it, yeah. Yes. So it starts off with like Parker and his mates trying to knock over a horse gambling sort of house, bookmakers. And they're knocking it over, and then as they do that, it all goes wrong. Half his team end up dead, double-crossed by the other half of the team, and it's like the rest of the film is him trying to get his own back on the person that double-crossed him. But it means he has to go back on a deal that he made 20 years ago with a crime boss in New York. So you think, okay, so far so good. Except 2 things. One, it's a 90-minute caper movie turned into a 2.5-hour movie with Marky Mark looking confused at everything.
Well, of course.
And that's what he calls acting, I believe.
Yes, exactly. And dear God, it didn't once make a lick of sense. Not once. And you're just sitting there going, who's stealing what from whom now? And everyone's so far ahead of everyone else and double-crossing everyone else. And it's just like, but I knew you were going to try and rob the train, which is why I loaded the train up with my best men and a box of rocks. So when you did this, I would have the real thing and you wouldn't have anything. You just have a box of rocks and ha. And it just was constantly that. It was constantly like, oh, you think all this is going on over here, but actually something's going on way over there that you can't see. Look, I've double-crossed you again. Ha ha ha. And yeah, after the first hour, I was kind of a bit bored. And then after the second hour, I was like, oh, come on, dude, just get on with it. And by the last 30 minutes, it was just like, I don't give a fuck who stole what from whom. Seriously, just fuck off. All of it. And the plot gets more and more convoluted, and Marky Mark and his funky bunch can just go take a fucking run into the lake because he's the worst actor imaginable. The Parker character seems to be one that Bruce Willis would have done in his sleep, or Robert Downey Jr. early years would have done in his sleep, or more modern version would have been, or you would have had a Jake Gyllenhaal trying to laugh it up. It's it's almost like John Cusack kind of Grosse Pointe Blank kind of character, and you think that's what we want. What we don't want is Marky Mark looking like he's trying to do calculus in his fucking head for 2.5 goddamn hours, while everyone goes, Parker knows what's going to happen. He will do this thing, and it's like, no, he won't. Fucking geezer's like having trouble trying to think his way into the fucking car that he's sitting in.
So it's Donnie Wahlberg, is it, or is it Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. It's Mark Wahlberg. So he didn't spend 3/4 of the movie asking people how their mothers were.
Well, no,
or anything like that.
No, not quite. He has there's something which is never really explained. That he has a thing about room number 12 in different hotels, and he's put stuff there. Do you know what? I couldn't give a fuck by the end of it. I really couldn't. And speaking of couldn't give a fuck by the end of it, I didn't take anyone else's advice, and after watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, I thought, do you know what? Let's have a look. Oh, Final Reckoning is on cheap rental now. The final Mission Impossible movie. The last one was a bit convoluted, but it was okay. It was, fun shenanigans, spy thrillery type stuff. So, okay, let's give this one. Except what I didn't notice until after I pressed rent was the 173-minute runtime.
What?
Yes. 173 fucking minutes. And I'm like, okay, but that's fine. You get some good stunt work, and you get some good, good sort of back and forth with Team MI, Team Mission Impossible. It'd be cool. But what you actually get for the first, I'd say the first hour of that the first 60 minutes of that 173-minute movie is flashbacks. Flashbacks. And not just to the movie before, because I could understand that. It's been 3 years between Mission Impossible 7 and Mission Impossible 8. Go for it. Okay. Give us some context. Oh no, it tries to do that thing which all spy thrillers do when they run out of ideas, which is, do you remember all 7 of those movies that you saw before? Do you know what? Everything that was in those 7 movies, they were all linked. All of them. Right. By one bad guy who was planning it all from the start. And you go, what? No, I don't believe an AI was floating about in 1998 planning to be in the year of our Lord 2025 fucking about with Tom Cruise on a biplane. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And so again, so you just sit there kind of constantly watching endless flashbacks let's put it this way, right? They have a flashback to the first Mission Impossible, the very first movie where he comes abseiling in, to nick stuff from the CIA black site, and there's this kind of one gag that he drops the knife and it goes into the desk, but he manages to escape with nobody noticing. And then a CIA agent walks in eating a donut, and he looks and he notices in this black site nothing's been touched, but there is a knife on the table. And he just looks and he looks confused, and that's the end of the scene. Now, there's an entire plot about that guy who apparently, after that movie, got demoted and moved to some sensor base in the fucking Baltic Sea. And you're like, who is this guy? Why do I care? Who the fuck is he? What the fuck does this mean? And then what it does is it suddenly gives you like a 5-minute flashback of who he was, what he did, and when you saw him in this movie. And it's like, really? You've given him a beard and he's about 25 years older now. How the fuck am I supposed to give a shit? And just imagine that with the whole film. And the whole film's got this, the entity, the AI, it's been planning everything. It sees everything. It can do everything. It's even got cultists that work for it now. And you're like, right, that's going to make a lot of this really hard. Actually, it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Because miraculously there's a submarine that doesn't connect to the internet that's floating in the sea that doesn't. It's just like, oh, fuck off. The whole movie is just really the movie. And I just was really all the way through it. It's like clearly by the time it gets to like the big set pieces, which is a scene in a crashed submarine where Tom Cruise has to get into a submarine and basically steal a thing, and it's like in the Arctic Sea, and then he realizes the only way he can escape is by cutting his own suit off so he can just float around in his pants in the Arctic Sea. I was just like, fuck off. Really, just fuck off. The whole conclusion is a 5-minute sequel, hang on. The 5-minute sequence on a biplane in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is now blown up to a massive scene that makes up a good 25-30 minutes of the finale of the Mission Impossible movie. Of Tom Cruise is wing walking, he's on the wing, he's around the wing, he's over the plane, he's under the plane, he's on another plane, he's off the plane, he's over the plane again.
He's playing tennis on the plane.
He's playing tennis on the plane, he's reading newspaper on the plane, he's doing crossword, he's done Sudoku on the plane, he's done everything on the plane.
Free on the plane, he's eating peanuts on the plane, he's refused the fish on the plane.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got a cup of tea and some buttered toast on them. Plane.
Yeah, exactly. He's sitting in the plane and steering it like he had a stiffy on the toilet, and he's using it like a joystick. I mean, it's just oh, for goodness sake, it's just. By the time we got to, oh no, is Simon Pegg gonna die or isn't he? I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I give more of a fuck about the pen that they're using to do surgery on him than I care about anyone else in this film. The whole film is and the other thing they do, and this is another thing that really annoyed me. You guys have watched Archer, right?
Yep.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right, okay. So you know how they do that cross-cutting gag where someone's having a conversation in a completely different scene, but they cut so that the beginning of one conversation ends in a completely different scene with a completely different context.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, if Elton, I don't suppose you have seen Archer based on the reaction. But,
I am aware of it.
Well, you know, like how in Austin Powers where it goes, there's a rocket, but it doesn't look like a normal rocket because it looks like a, Johnson, come here, Johnson, kind of thing. That gag, at least 50% of the last Mission Impossible movie is that. It's like Tom Cruise is Simon Pegg is explaining a part of a plan, and then every time he gets to a key word in the plan, it jumps to a flashback where someone else is talking about something completely different, but it cuts so it sounds like they're having the same conversation, and it's just like, stop with the wanking. You've got a story here which is about an hour long. Stop trying to pad it out for 3 hours and make Avengers Endgame out of a fucking Mission Impossible movie about sticking an AI in a Lego brick. Just stop it. Stop it. And just stop it. Fucking stop it. So it's finished. It's done. He's done. It's brilliant. Thank fuck for that, because just no. You watch the trailer, watch the stunts in the trailer, and call it a day, because that's all you need. He goes on a submarine. He goes on a plane. The rest is just flashback. Meaningful nod.
I'd much prefer to watch that parody trailer of Tom Cruise slowly getting more and more damaged. It goes through to the end where he's on the bike. It goes off the cliff. And it's just him like almost a full body cast.
Yeah. Well, I would much rather see the trailer of The Mummy where they didn't put the music on, and it's just him going. But anyway, yeah, Mission Impossible 8. I fucking ate it. See what I did there?
Well, I'm pretty glad then that I stopped watching the fucking film series about 15 minutes into number 2 and went fucking bullshit and just turned it off.
No, I still stick that number 4 and number 5 were actually quite good fun, but yeah, the whole tie it together like it's all one big conspiracy that it's like, no, you didn't. You
Bullshit.
Bloody well didn't. No. So yeah, it's got all the connective tissue of a fart in a tornado. It's just no, just no. Don't try and fool us. Don't bother, Tom. I don't believe you. Right. So that's that. I will do some feedback for last episode, and then we'll move on to the review. But here we go. Fucking Tom Cruise, man.
It's feedback time.
So last week, or a fortnight ago, we did Total Recall. See you at the party, Victor. And we had some feedback in. We had it into the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast. And the first bit was from Robert Taylor, who said, a bit of Total Recall feedback here. The interpretation I'm currently entertaining is one that I don't hear passed about, but that encompasses all the contradictions in the story. What if Doug Quaid really is a regular guy and his entire adventure really is exactly an ego trip he paid for? Yes, it's a head fuck, and that's all part of the in-world entertainment. The adventure is exactly what he was promised in the sales pitch. After the whiteout at the end, he'll wake up, having experienced the fantasy he paid for, go home from Recall to his vaguely unsatisfactory life with Laurie. So it is a fake and isn't a fake. And the end just has him wake up and go, that was interesting, thank you very much, and then head back to Transylvania where that accent came from. Thank you very much for that, Rob. Yes, we have also had Sean Gleason, who said, well, it was the summer of 1990 and I was 12 and sitting in a local theatre with my mother to catch the new sci-fi action movie. Sitting in the middle of the second row, did I mention my mother? Suddenly, 12-year-old me with billboard-sized triple bare breasts, my still developing brain crashed thinking, don't react. Wait, I know I've seen magazines like this, but is there a chance they come in threes? Glad they showed that only once. Twice. Don't react. Well, that was my first memory of this movie. Over the years of multiple viewings of this movie, I've always thought that there was another layer to the story. They grabbed Quaid, implanted the Hauser identity to get Quaid's dominant identity to surface and lead them to the alien secrets, even though online explanation states that he was mind-wiped because he defected. They could have just disposed of him. Okay, fair enough. I think what we really take away from this, Sean Gleason, is that you saw 3 boobs at the age of 12 next to your mum and didn't react. Well done. Golf clap. That's definitely a golf clap. So thank you very much for that. Jack Woodgate wrote in to say, Red Letter Media mentioned something in their review of Total Recall. How in the scene in which the guy from Recall turns up to try and convince Quaid that he's experiencing isn't real and give him the red pill. They asked if Dr. Edgemire was sent by Cohagen to trick him. What would he gain? Cohagen wanted Quaid to be alive and well and still believing he was Quaid to find Quarto. What could be gained from having him poisoned? Everything Edgemire predicted came to pass. One moment he's the hero of the revolution, next he's cozying up with Cohagen, the alien tech, and not to mention that as soon as Quaid shoots Edgemire, the walls literally come tumbling down. On the other side of the coin, though, this is my own observation. We see Cohagen on TV before Quaid goes to Recall. He's a real person in that world. Would the real Cohagen be happy that someone was making a game in which he was the main baddie and the hero got to kill him?
Good point.
That is a good point, yeah. I know. Make me the bad guy. Yeah, that's going to work. It would be like as if Sony released a game where you got to shoot Elon Musk. Please note, I'd like to strongly state that neither the author of this post nor the host of the Black Dog podcast endorse shooting of Elon Musk. Thanks very much for that, Jack Woodgate. Yeah. Well, it'd be more like if Tesla made a video game that said shoot Elon Musk.
Should we step away from the shooting in Elon Musk?
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should step back from that, which we do not endorse in any way, shape, or form. We just don't. There, flat answer. So, I was going to do the Alien Earth feedback, but basically, I think we'll just leave it to Justin Pearson Smith, who left a picture of Krusty the Clown going, Alien Earth fan reaction, what the hell was that? We will come back to them later if we've got no feedback for next week. But, at the moment, time's running on. So we will come back to that in another week.
We won't have any feedback next week, don't worry.
Oh, I think we might. I think we might.
I don't think we will.
Never say never. Never say never. Anyway, so, yes, we'll leave it there. If you do want to leave any feedback, do go onto the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast, and leave feedback under the episode. Or you can send an email in to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, and we'll read that out instead. Or you can hit me up on Blue Sky, which is, cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. God, it's been a while since I've done this. My brain's losing it. Anyway, so we'll leave it there, and we're now going to ask, how much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. Roll the jingle.
No.
Naughty ladies!
It's the naughty lady this time again.
Yes!
Naughty ladies again.
Ladies have the nudie variety.
They dance in the flames. Look at them dancing in the flames.
3rd-degree burns.
Anyway.
Was that a lady in a dog costume?
I'm glad I got that as a separate. That's going on the end. Right, Good Boy, the 2022 horror film, not the Good Boy British short comedy drama by Tom Stewart in 2023, not Good Boy 2025 black comedy thriller by Jan Comster, not the Good Boy 2005 Indian Tengu language romantic drama film, not Good Boy, the 2003 American science fiction comedy film, or Good Boy, the 2012 Indian Araya film, or Good Boy, the TV series from 2025 South Korean television series starring Park Bo-gum, or Good Boy, brackets, Into the Dark, which is the episode of the second season of Into the Dark, nor Good Boy, the EP by Mitchell Sweeney, nor Good Boy, the song by G Dragon and Taeyang, or Good Boy, the song by Everglow, or Good Boy, the 1928 musical starring Herbert Slothard, Otto Clarbach, and Bert Klarmar, or Good Boy, the comic, the Marvel comic character. See also Good Boy, Disambiguation, or Good Boy, Bad Boy, 2007 Indian film. None of those. Good Boy is a 2022 horror film, which has absolutely nothing on Wikipedia other than the disambiguation page. That's it. Everything I've read out is everything to do with this horror film. That's it.
Probably more information on the Pedigree Chum Wikipedia page, I'd imagine.
I suspect so. According to IMDb, so we're really in the shit now, Christian, a multi-millionaire heir
Heir of the
dog, meets Sigrid, a young student on a dating app. They hit it off quickly, but there's only one problem. Christian lives with Frank, a man who dresses up and constantly acts like a dog. It's directed by Viljar Bol, written by Viljar Bol, starring Gard Luc, Katarina Obstad Flikrisen, and Nikolai Nevertson Leid.
Well done.
Thank you. It also stars Oobly Jubbly, Wibbly Wobbly, and Bumbly Cart. and possibly all the members of Roxette. Anyway, so yes, it's a horror thriller. It was rated R for some violent content and language, and the tagline is, simply put, he's a dog. Any other information I can glean? Oh, it's Norwegian. It was released September the 8th in 2022 and 2023 in the United States. How much do you reckon? I have no idea of the budget. How much do you reckon it grossed at the box office, Jim?
2 million bags of win a lot.
Okay. Elton?
A room full of newspaper. And I can't think of anything else. A baseball bat to the head.
Nice. Darren?
Ooh, 4 tons of kibble and a treatment for infected anal glands.
Worm tablets.
I have no fucking idea. I've got nothing, man. I've got nothing.
Well, you're all wrong. What it actually earned was a ticket to the furry convention in Tokyo in 2022. Right. Where the fuck do we start with this? Right. Let's do the round the table non-spoiler section. Elton, you pick this. You go last.
Elton, you pick this. You go into the corner over there and you think about what you've done.
You get back in that cage. Get back in that cage. We're going to the barn. We're taking you to the fucking barn.
You rub my nose in it.
Don't do that while I'm drinking tea, you motherfucker.
But the dog's watching us. Stop it.
It helps. It helps. Jesus. Okay, round table. What did we think about it? We'll start with you, Jim. No spoilers.
Well, I went into this knowing nothing other than the title and what the poster looked like. Mm-hmm. I made a point of not looking up anything about it. When it's starting, it's Scandinavian. Mm-hmm. This is more promising than I perhaps hoped. Mm. However, I also thought, as it's Scandinavian, it might be a bit uncompromising later on. And I wasn't wrong in that.
No.
Not a film I can say I enjoyed. It's not that kind of a movie. I was with it most of the way, but non-spoiler, I have issues with the ending, put it that way.
Yo, yes. Right. Darren, what about you?
I've got to say, I was disappointed, I think.
Really?
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's one of them. It's all to do with the whole thing of, how it ends.
Yes.
It's like, I think I've seen this movie 1,000 times before and everything else. Can we change the narrative now? This is done, played out.
Yeah.
Come on, someone get brave enough to change the narrative on these things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try something a little bit different.
Mm.
But I can't say what because it's not the spoiler section. So.
No. Okay, so
maybe we'll have a rewrite the ending workshop later on after the spoiler warning.
Indeed, we will. Yes.
Yes. Well, I mean, no spoilers, but I did this morning when I went to my office at my parents' house. I sat down with a cup of coffee just before we started the day, and Mum said, "Oh, what did you watch on TV?" And so I told her about the movie, and I got all the way through it, and she's just looking at me like, the fuck are you talking about? And we got to the very...
Did she go, oh my God, my son's a furry?
Yeah. And I got to the very end. I was talking about it because she doesn't give a shit about spoilers and she doesn't like horror films, so she's not going to watch it. I got to the end, and before I'd even said it, she had predicted it, said it out loud, and I just went, yep. And she went, oh God. And that was the end of that. I think that's a most damning way of describing this movie. It is interesting until it's not. And the instant it's not is because it takes every bit of interesting goodwill, for want of that term, and just farts it out the window. It just literally, to use a dog metaphor, it literally lifts its back legs up and wipes its arse right across the carpet. I was with it
while keeping eye contact as it's doing it.
Yeah, like shivering and matching your eyes as it lays a curly one right in the middle of your carpet, looking at you, locked on your eyes. You're sitting there stirring your hot chocolate, and it knows it's staring right back at you. So yeah, for the first 30 minutes, I would have said this was a solid 7 out of 10 movie with stuff to talk about. By the last 30 minutes, because it's a short movie, I was just like, oh, get fucked. Third film on the bounce. Play dirty. Mission Impossible, now this. Just fuck off. Fuck off, film. And that's basically where my score settled. Fuck off, film. I literally gave it 1 star on Letterboxd purely because they had the camera up the right way. Not for me. Not for me. Angry me. It was definitely angered me by the end. But what about you, Elton?
Well, I think I'm on the side of you guys with this. I'm disappointed. Weirdly, or should it be weirdly? I don't think it is. It's now part of the Black Dog. No,
this is worrying me.
No. It's all right. I'm not going to say anything controversial. You're good.
Right. Yeah.
War of the Worlds has had a massive effect on how I see movies.
Yes.
Such a big... It's a seismic shift in how shit other things are.
Yes.
And so I would nowhere near give this a 1 star out of 1 out of 10 out of whatever.
Right.
Because the bar has been dropped so low. But I was enjoying this probably up until the final third.
Yeah.
When he woke up from the sleep, I think they were both in bed. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but they were both in bed. He woke up, and then that's when I went, I know where this is going.
Yep.
And I kind of lost interest. And for an hour and 12-minute movie or whatever it is,
yeah,
that's really disappointing. I was hoping to find something fucking weird and something that we can come out and I'm sure we'll have a couple of lines come from this.
I think the writers had a
Charlie
couple
Dealer.
of lines. I was going to say, I think the writer had a couple of lines before he started.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think I leave it disappointed, which is a shame. I was hoping we might have found something here, but nah.
Yeah.
Nearly, but not that nearly, really.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything because we're still not in the spoiler section, but I do get it. You're sitting there kind of going, oh, there's meat on this bone, but you're not doing anything with it.
Exactly. Yes.
Pardon the phrase, but I suppose really. We can't really do anything without going into the spoiler zone, can we, really? No, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, really, because I don't really want to give too much away, but here we go. So, spoiler zone, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we think, and we'll spoil it all after this.
How much is that dog in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that dog in the window? I do hope that dog is for sale.
Shut up, Wesley.
So the spoiler zone was the obedience classes. This is the bit where we get let off into the field to run around and shit and throw up everywhere.
This is where you can run around, you can wipe your cock on the curtains and keep going. It's fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, if you are listening to this and you haven't seen Good Boy and our strange revulsion, disappointment mix has you confused or intrigued, go over to Amazon and watch it. It is literally only 77 minutes, which makes it, you could watch this 3 times and you still wouldn't have watched the whole of Mission Impossible 8. So, weigh it up against that. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so let's start at the beginning, okay? Let's just try and go through this in a kind of reasonable way, because I think once we get to the twist and the final third, I think it will just devolve into just a complete end of days kind of rant. So at the start, how were you guys feeling about it? The idea that, you've got what's her face? I can't even remember her names now. Christian and who's the other one? Oh, fuck me.
Sigrid.
Yeah, I mean, how were we feeling about the direction of the story when it started off with her falling for him? He's clearly got some kind of, something going on, and you don't know what it is. How were we with this so far? I'm just trying to step through it step by step, because I feel like we could just pinpoint the moment it all goes on the wonk. But I kind of want to see how we were doing up to a certain point. Jim, how were you with the opening?
I think I quite like, say, the first couple of acts, because it does set up something that's quite intriguing. I'm like, what is going on here? What is the deal with Frank?
Yes.
And you know what I mean? It's sort of, is played in quite a realistic way, and it's good performances. It's nicely shot. You know what I mean? It is building the suspense and the intrigue. So as I say, I'm bored with it up to a good 2/3 of it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when you build a mystery,
yeah,
you better have a good reveal.
Yes.
And I felt well, I know the ending they're going for. I know kind of the kind of shock twist they were trying to build, but you can sort of, bar maybe the very last shot. It wasn't really surprising, and I felt kind of this needed another twist of the knife. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's ended up being too. Oh, it's at it. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
all right. I'm done. You know what I mean? This isn't nearly as interesting as I thought it could be. And for a film that was so short, you think, well, you had the time to play with. You could have, you could have developed more in the middle act. Because we are in the spoiler zone now, aren't we? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the thing is kind of there's that moment when it really definitely tips where Frank speaks to her. Now, where the film fumbles the ball is the obvious question is Frank screwing with her?
Yeah.
Is Frank in on it? You know what I mean? Who do you trust at this point in this fucking crazy situation?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it just didn't develop that nearly enough. And after that, there was far too much. It was a bit just, well, we'll hand wave that away because we want to get to this end point.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're losing the realism then. And also the interest.
Yeah. Cool. What about you, Dal? I mean, because you sound utterly done with it before we've even started talking about it. Were you on board from the start?
Well, I thought, let's give it a go. Let's find a nice corner of the train to watch this.
Oh my God, you watched it on the train.
I fucking watched it on the train. Jesus Christ, I tell you, I've never. It was almost like spinning plates. At one point, I was like trying to just like balance it a way that it wouldn't angle, and try to do sort of like mathematical equations to make sure the reflection off the screen wasn't kind of pointing out so everybody could see what I was watching.
Yeah.
Most of it is like just, a couple of people talking, and then all of a sudden the bloke in the dog costume's fucking on screen. It's like, fuck this. Turn it.
Yep.
So there was that. And I made a lot of effort.
Yeah.
In that sort of area to try and keep it private.
Sleight of hand. Yeah.
I was kind of intrigued in this to begin with.
Right.
See where it went. And it was good to see that they went for something different. They, the bloke in the dog suit is not the one to watch out for. It's the guy looking after him, right? Okay, so that's the one. It's like, right, excellent. This is good. Then maybe I might get the film that I want.
Yeah.
But I didn't, you see? Because I am, the thing that I am done with are bad guys winning.
Right.
I'm done with that in all horror films now.
Right.
Every fucking horror film is like, why am I bothering to watch this? It always ends the same way.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's. Can we just do away with that? Can we just have at least a couple where, the actual protagonists deal with the issue, kill it stone dead, and we don't have a sequel?
Yeah.
Can we just? Because it's like you've got this with fucking what's that? Even Black Phone, right? The Black Phone 2 that's coming out. Oh, he's supernatural now. You know, it's just, so he's never going to die, so it's just going to be franchise. Fuck off. Just fuck off. I'm not interested. I ain't watching it. because I know where this is going now.
Yeah.
You've totally lost my interest. And this is, did this at the end, but it's just like, the way it did it, if it had been a bit more, if the final bit had been a bit more speedy and not so much, look, we're going out, we'll take our time because you need to catch us up to make it a bit more exciting. So we'll just stagger it. To string it out a bit so the bad guy can badly act his way to come along and, fucking nab us. And it was just, this is awful to watch. This is just stringing it out. It's just fucking hell. Stupid people. Why wouldn't it be great, right, to see a film, right, or a film like this where, the final girl or whatever, hits the bad guy across the head with the fucking wood, and it just keeps hitting him until there's a fucking wet sound, right?
Yes.
And that's it. Or take his fucking kneecaps out, right? That's all you got to do. You haven't even got to kill him, right? You just fucking bring it down on both his kneecaps. That's it. Yep. He's incapacitated.
Oh, there's a nice cage in that barn.
Yeah.
That's what me and Teresa thought. You know what I mean? All right, I can buy people aren't quite as psychotic as we maybe are.
No,
but you know what I mean? There was a cage there. You're on it. You're in a secluded spot. You need to stop him coming after you.
Yeah. That's it.
And that was kind of like, come on, no.
Yeah. Don't worry about the fucking bloke in the dog suit, all right? Okay, because if you don't worry about this other guy, then you might as well not bother. Okay, you might as well have just fucked off into the forest because that's what's going to happen. You're going to get caught.
Yeah,
you're gonna get captured, and that's it. And of course, that is exactly what happens. And it's like, this is sponsored by Cliche. So it just would be nice to see someone who just finishes the fucking job.
Yeah,
I can say I did watch a film that has just come out on, I'm not going to say which streaming service, but it is a horror film.
Yeah,
a 80s sort of flavoured slasher film, and I think you'll enjoy it, Darren. Put it that way.
What's it called?
Night of the Reaper.
Okay.
Oh, right.
You got a final girl who is very smart. Who does not.
That's what I like. I like that. This is great. Fantastic. Right. Okay. What's it on? Is it on?
It's on Shudder currently.
On Shudder.
Oh, Shudder. Okay, no problem. I might spend a couple of quid and get a temporary.
You normally get a free trial period for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cool. but that plays with the whole expectation of the slasher thing, and turns it on its head quite nicely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool. Okie dokie. Right. I mean, just for a second, if I can go over the Elton then. Elton, with you, what about you with the opening then? The opening half.
I think it showed its hand far too quickly.
In what respect?
Showing a man dressed as a dog.
Okay, right, yeah.
I think it was far too quick to do that. Now, from recollection, I think it was pretty much... He was
pretty much as the credit rolled.
Yeah, as he was having his breakfast or lunch or whatever it was, and on his dating app and getting hooked up with this Sigrid. We saw the Frank there. I'm sure we did, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah.
I think that was far too early. Far too early. I think you could have, without seeing any trailers or anything like that. I know the trailers give everything away.
The poster gives it away.
Some of the posters do.
Well, it has Frank on the front. Let's put it that way.
Right. But you could have teased it with, just a normal gentleman getting ready for a date with a girl, and puts his food down for his dog, and then you don't see anything happen after that. And then you could slow burn that. Even in, I'm not saying make the film longer, because I think if they'd made the film longer, we would have just been more frustrated after going through 2 hours of this for the same result. So be thankful that it wasn't that long.
Right.
But yeah, I think if you'd had the reveal of what Frank was when she first sees Frank, that would have been way more effective. Because that would have been like, holy shit. Because then you feel what she feels. And that would have worked a lot better.
And Darren would have made it to his destination.
Yeah. I totally agree. You're along, the audience is with Sigrid. And you're going through her trials and tribulations, but you already know what she's going to be seeing, and you're just wondering, well, what she's going to think of that. Well, clearly she's going to be thinking that's bonkers. But I like the old setup, but it is just cliche after cliche everywhere, isn't it? With the mild-mannered janitor looks really suave, and this millionaire just rolls around and nothing's out of normal or anything like that. He presents himself really well, and he's an absolute psychopath from doing that.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing different from anything that we've seen in the last 20 years. It's just the same again, unfortunately. But going off this viewing, Christ, the only viewing, I like that it was settled and you went through this. It was interesting to watch the friend Sigrid and her friend talking about it, and her change her mind on him once she found out that he was a multi-millionaire heir to a big fortune. And you're like, okay, I could put up with someone in a dog costume at a house, but how vapid and shallow does that make you be, really?
Well, that was going to be my next question to all of you, because my thing with it was that the opening first act, right up to and including Frank sort of revealing himself to be like a captured party, it's all about domestic abuse. It's all about control and battered partners, and and it's kind of right there with my mum, I need to text my mum. Well, unlock the phone for me and I'll call her, kind of thing. All those kind of real world horrors that people face day in and day out from abusive partners, from people who coerce and control their partners, awful stuff that goes on in real life. And the idea of a domesticated dog, or someone that's beaten down like a dog and treated like a dog, is symbolism 101. It's right there, and I'm kind of like, right, fine. That's a powerful thing to explore. The problem is that for every time it does that, it does something which kind of almost says, yeah, but she deserved it. Yeah. And that's the bit that I disagreed with right up until the poxy silly end. And I was wondering if any of you guys felt the same way, because exactly as you say, Elton, it's like she sees Frank, the dog, and goes, fuck no. And her best intentions are, fuck no. And then she goes to her mate who says, but he's a millionaire.
Yeah. And
it's like, well, I can put up with the dog. I can put up with a crazy man in the basement for a few million quid.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, so it's her fault then. And then when she goes back to her friend afterwards and says, I'm going to the cabin with him, it's then that her friend goes, oh, you sure? It's like,
Yeah,
what?
you pushed her to this, didn't you?
Yeah, the fuck is going on here? Pick a lane.
I'm not in the thought of it's all her fault because she neglected her first feelings about it. I'm just wondering about that question of, well, that was an easy change. I don't blame her for anything here.
No, I'm not saying anyone blames anyone. I'm just saying that the movie does.
Right.
The movie's quite. I mean, do you guys agree? I mean, Darren, do you agree? I mean, were you more worried about the about the train travel?
No. I felt angry. Right, I was actually sat there. I'm watching this thing, and it's like, no, you can't have my fucking phone. Fuck off, you cunt.
Yeah.
No, I'll undo my phone. I will just take it into another room and I will talk to my mother. Fuck off, you controlling git. It's like, this is all stuff that I've seen before with, people in real life and stuff like that. It's
abuse.
To say it's her fault that's victim blaming. It's like, no, doesn't matter what she's done here. She didn't deserve what she got. It's like, what you're gonna say next? You're gonna say, well, what you're wearing, is that the sort of person you are? Is that, when somebody gets assaulted, what were you wearing? What did you do to make that person do what they did? It's like, no, fuck off. It doesn't matter what happened there. There's no excuse for this, right? So no, it's all on him, right?
Yeah,
that's it. If she doesn't want to be in it, I mean, that's another thing as well. Why didn't she say no? It's like, have you ever been in that sort of situation? Have you? Any, with people who question that, it's like, it's not that easy. No. People don't just decide, oh, I'm going to get up and get out. No. So people feel trapped. This is why you get people trapped in relationships like that for fucking years. Because they can't get out, because they feel psychologically boxed in. So no, it is all his fault. It's all on him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Shit.
I'm not.
No, I know you're not.
But
it's. No, I know you're not, and I'm agreeing with you on this. It's not. It's not her at all. It's not. It's not her fault that she's being treated like this now. And if she'd known that this was going to happen, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have fucking gone back and told her mate to go fuck herself, basically.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, but as you say, it's more the way that the film frames it for me.
Yeah,
it's the film deliberately frames it as she's willing to sort of go, money, okay, he's in a room with a weirdo, but money, and
yeah, but that changes pretty fucking quickly, right? Yeah. You see that she's like, oh, fuck this, no money in the world is worth this.
Yeah, but that's because she's not being influenced by anyone else. Her friend is as much guilty as anyone in terms of how this thing plays out. Not in terms of what the result is, but just, the idea of, why aren't you going with him? And then it's like, well, why are you going with him? It's what? Fucking pick a lane.
Yeah, you encourage me to go for this, and there you're like, it's as if it's my fault that I'm the one that suggested this in the first fucking place.
Yeah, what? That's right. I mean, what about you, Jim? How do you feel about that?
There is a bit of a disconnect there, because I think kind of. I don't really want the film to be any longer, but I have a feeling there should have been maybe another date in between.
Yeah.
Before she goes to the cabin.
Yeah.
And it felt like there's a bit of compression in the storytelling.
Yeah.
Because his kind of friends going, well, he's a millionaire, can you put up with the dog? And she'd be playful and jokey. But when she doesn't go in the cabin, she's a lot more kind of, I think this is a bad idea. And I have a feeling there's a bit missing there. maybe that in this script there was another date in between, and there was a bit more back and forth between them, with her going, "I'm not sure about this guy. This all sounds a bit too weird."
Yeah.
Can I ask? Right? Did anybody sense the lack of chemistry between these two characters? Because that lost me at the beginning. I didn't feel there was any fucking connection at all. It's like, this is two people reading off a script. That's all it is. They're just playing out a fucking scene, and they're not very good at it. There's no connect. I didn't feel the spark at all. Anything. I felt awkwardness. And it's like, why are you saying these words? Why are those words coming out the front of your face? This does not match what I'm seeing here at all. Hello, is this on? It's like, hello. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Now, you do intend to have dinosaurs on this dinosaur tour, don't you, at some point? Yeah. It was just hard. No. The acting just wasn't
helping.
For me. It wasn't convincing at all. It's just like these people had zero chemistry.
I think, Jim, you're right. They needed another date there, just for us to
have the chemistry.
Yeah, just for something.
Because I think they were rushing the story because you could have had the chemistry and then her be hooked on her phone. But immediately she was already hooked on her phone.
Yeah.
And it was trying to beat that kind of signal down, which I think you could have grown on a little bit. But, Jim, you're right. Yeah, we don't want this film any longer. Jesus Christ.
Well, now I wouldn't mind it as long if you're going to say put the flesh on the bones. But as it is, if you're going to go to the same ending, another date wouldn't have helped. It would just make the ending more disappointing, as you said earlier. But the thing is, that with this movie, there's a lot of... Teresa, this is one of those movies, you go along with it and you go, oh, this is interesting. And then you get to the end, you go, and think about it from where you think, oh, it's bollocks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And because there's a lot of things that don't really make sense, particularly in the last third. It's like it's going for that bleak ending. I have the same problem with the ending that I have with Eden Lake we did last year.
Oh,
it's kind of there's fucking no way he's getting away with this.
No.
She's made a call from where she is. She's a pretty blonde girl. The media will be all over this, and any cop worth their salt, they'd only have to get him in a room for an hour before he'd do something which would get those cops' senses tingling, and they'd have a warrant to fucking search every property he owned.
Yeah.
And all the money in the world be damned, because he's in Scandinavia, and they do not fuck around.
No.
I mean, if there was like in Buttfuck America with some dumbass sheriff, yeah, maybe who've got more deference to money. But in Norway, they wouldn't. That is not how the Scandinavians are. They're a very orderly society. They would not be swayed by he's the son of a millionaire. They would not give a fuck.
No.
Especially not when clearly they've got the roommate saying, well, she went on a date to this cabin with this millionaire who's got a pet dog who's a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think any detective worthy of salt, the radar be going, bing, 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 we have a suspect.
Yeah. Who could it possibly
straight
be?
away.
Sounded like an Avon lady on speed. Bing, bing, bing bong, bing bong. Do you want to buy some stuff? Bing bong.
Be like a fucking Ring doorbell going off automatically all down the street. Yeah. I mean, the problem I had with all of it, and speaking to Darren's point about the chemistry, and also the fact that nobody's going to chase this up. Like, fuck, they're not. But it's like the problem I had was I came away from it, regardless of the shock ending, regardless of anything else. I came away with the feeling that it didn't need to actually be a horror movie. That you could have just had this as a domestic drama. You didn't need to have the dog in it. The dog was symbolism, like in the same way as morons think they're clever. This is a clever idea. This is a moron's idea of being clever. it's that whole thing of, oh, look, dog symbolism. Look, it's, this is in a number of books that, dogs symbolize being orderly and being put down and being controlled and being loyal. We can use a dog, and it's like, well, that's fine and everything, but you got to have something to say. And the problem I have was that the horror movie aspect really wasn't there, and it didn't need to be the shock ending. I genuinely don't think that. I think you could have just had him, it wouldn't have necessarily been a nice ending, but you could have had him abuse her until she becomes loyal or whatever, and then decides to break free. Frank was just the thing to kind of go, ooh, isn't it a quirky movie? And this felt like an art student's movie. Comes straight out of media studies and decided, that's it. I've got the greatest movie ever made because it's got this wonderful little hook on it. And it's like, you haven't, because you've only got 70 minutes and no fucking idea how to write. And I did, not that I want to see a movie about, domestic abuse and spousal abuse and control, because that's not really a thing I want to indulge in.
But that's what this film is about.
Yeah, that's what it's about, but that's not how it ended up. No. It just ended up being aren't we in a crazy house with crazy shit going on, and this is crazy. And
it could have got a lot worse in the middle. Where she suddenly turned around and asked, so does Frank have sex?
Yeah.
Oh, good
and then
Lord.
I was like...
Are you volunteering?
Cut to Frank on top of her from behind. Like a massive threesome's like, oh dear.
Brown chicken, brown cow. They're very different in Scandinavia.
Yeah. It could have been very, very different. But, she's gone from, well, this is a weird setup, to actually asking, what, are you offering? And she's like, yeah, I am. And she was being serious then.
No, she wasn't.
No, do you not think? I thought
so.
She... No? Oh, okay.
I mean, no. I mean, you might be right. This goes back to the point. I
thought she was joking. It's just that kind of like, deadpan humour.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he says really, and she laughs like fuck no, come on.
But then again, go on, Dal.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, you have to wonder. Think about it, right? Okay, has he bred those two? Because as a child,
yeah,
and you've got to remember also that she's trained, so the passage of time. For the child to get from being a small infant to being the size it is, would suggest that maybe, the training happened during that time.
And that's enough internet for me for one day.
Yep.
I just took that as the Minecraft birth of two people stood next to each other going, and then all of a sudden there's a little kid.
No, they were slapping uglies, mate.
Yeah. It sounded like someone threw a roll of cloth down some stairs.
What are you doing, Dave? It sounds like somebody punching a wet fish.
Sounds like someone trying to kill an oyster.
Christian comes in and says, well done, guys, and gets massive static shocks from both of them after they've been rubbing against each other.
Oh,
fucking Ada.
Do you know? There's sometimes I really hate doing this podcast. This is right in that sweet spot, right there. You just bullseye it.
I mean, I suppose with so much static charge building up, he's going to be very low on electricity bills, isn't he?
I fucking hate you. I really
just
hate you.
Harness that power. Harness that. Do it. I suppose it brings a whole new meaning to the word dogging, doesn't it?
No, just God.
Okay, so whose is the child?
No.
Is it the dog's? Or is it Christian and hers?
No.
No.
It's the dogs, mate. It's the dogs.
It
He's treating
is,
them like dogs. He's breeding them.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no.
Good night, everyone. I mean,
bring me sunshine in your smile.
Who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 woo. Let the anyway. We're dogging. We're dogging in it. No, anyway. Jesus Christ, I've gone right off the fucking boil now. I mean, has anyone got anything else they'd like to add before we just start diving into the end? Because, like I say, I genuinely thought this could have been a movie about control and abuse and everything, and then it just turned on its head into a complete gonzo, bonzo, dog, doodah band, nut job, fucking silly ending.
I'm glad that it didn't turn into Christian running after Sigrid through a wood, because we've seen that a million times before. I'm really glad that didn't happen. He was more interested in punishing Frank than finding her. Unfortunately, her will to live gave up at the end of the driveway.
Gave up at the end of the fucking ramp out of the...
Yeah, because she ran away, got to the end of the driveway, laid down and went, oh my God, I'm going to die here. And then heard music and then got up and got a stick. You think, how far did you didn't really try that hard to get away, did you? You just gave up there and then.
And for how long?
Well, I say it doesn't really very well establish how remote this location is and how hard and how far she'd have to go to get to somebody else. It keeps that vague, but kind of too vague, really.
Yeah.
Which, I think in these situations, you have to establish those sort of things so you know the stakes. If it's she's on an island, there's one boat which he owns, which is locked in a boat shed, she's got to go back and twat him. If it's just, if there's another house around the corner, well, what do you do? Go knock up the neighbours.
As opposed to knocking up the
that's one of the things, it's on a fudges, and it's a lot, if you'd laid that out, but it is, in the last third, there's a lot of hand waving just to get to the end shot.
Yeah.
Bye reality. Bye. You go sit in the corner. Bye.
Thanks for coming. Yeah. I mean, okay, Dow. Here we go. Yes. Darren.
Yes.
The ending.
Yes.
I said to Carol this evening when I was saying about what we were going to be reviewing and what had happened.
She didn't watch it with you?
No, she didn't. She watched the first half, and then she went,
surprise.
She went, I don't really want to watch much more of this. And then she got up, picked up her book, went upstairs to bed.
Good choice.
Good call all around. But I said to her, I described what happened in the rest of the movie tonight. I said to her, and I said, I can tell you one thing. I said, Darren will have probably got so angry, he probably either wouldn't have finished it or he would have just shut down. Was I right about that ending analysis?
I was like, oh, fuck off. Just fuck off. You could have just ended this and just, you could have just had it. You could have just finished off the bad guy. You could have just done the deed, killed them, and then, limped away with the other guy in the dog suit intact. Just do that. But what did you do? You tapped him with a bit of wood, and then you struggled with something that you clearly couldn't carry, a man who was dazed and confused, when you could have just finished the fucking job and not had to worry so much. Or disable him so that he can't actually, he can't do anything. Smash his fucking kneecaps. That's it. He's not going to get up doing a fucking 4-mile run when you've done that to him. Trust me on this. he ain't going nowhere. Captive audience.
So before I move on to the other guys, was the ending? Did the ending basically fuck the rest of the movie for you?
You know what? It was like there's something that was interesting in the movie. It was like the way it started using, it's like, so the person in the title, the good boy, isn't the actual problem here. And it was just the speed of everything, and it's like, oh God, no, we've seen this a billion times, and you're just taking your time. It was, I mean, a lot of films are stupid people doing stupid things, but this is stupid people doing stupid things, extreme edition. Can you get any closer? Come on, Grandad, I'll give you an head start. It's just, no, fuck off. There's not the flow breaks. That's it. It's not exciting. It's just pathetic. You're standing there screaming at the screen.
Yeah.
And that's it. I lost any love I had for it was lost.
Yeah,
because of that. Because of this stupid ending.
Okay, cool. That's cool. What about you then, Jim? Because I mean, I know you were saying to Teresa that there's a cage there and all that kind of stuff. But was that ending enough to just be the thing that completely derailed the movie, or was it?
Well, I think it did, because I think kind of before then it was setting up something, and it kind of was this kind of like background dread and suspense. You want to know what Frank's deal is, but this is kind of, it was tapping into kind of like a sort of like kind of like the thing you get in like Mike Leigh films often. This kind of what I call kind of like social horror. There's you know what I mean? This kind of like this horror of being sort of uncomfortable, and that it is putting people into those uncomfortable situations, which is how abusers start the process. You know what I mean? Because people generally are quite polite, and if you like someone, you do, in the early stage of a relationship, you don't want to do something to piss them off, so you'll go along with things. And narcissists and psychopaths, sociopaths, and all sorts of abusers and predators, they home in on that. Yeah, you know what I mean? They exploit that straight away. They're looking to test those boundaries straight away, and take advantage of people being reasonable, basically.
Yeah.
But so once she decides she's going to go back to the thing, she's picked up that stick, and it's kind of, you could have got a bigger one. But then you're just into you're into a kind of it wants to be kind of get to this sort of nasty slasher. I don't want to say torture porn, because it's not really that extreme, but it's into that sort of. It's gone into that kind of horror film, which is it's all a bit, cliche. And it is very played out, and it is kind of. I was hoping for another twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, what a twist we thrashed out is there should have been a bit more of how far does she trust Frank? Because Frank says he's a psychopath, get me away, but he fucking grasses her up straight away.
That's right. Yeah.
Now I know he's been conditioned to do that, but I thought a better ending, a more shocking ending, was that she beats Christian into submission, then she beats Frank into submission, leaves, torches the barn, and goes, "Frank, you're a bad dog," and walks off. That would have been shocking, because you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't, you know what I mean? That would be something new and different and a bit raw. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do think for me the ending would have been better if it turned out that she was the psychopath. And kind of following on from what you're saying about beating them both to death, but if it turned out that you're judging, if you're judging Christian because he looks like kind of a Christian Grey, fucking, was it Christian Bale, American Psycho kind of vibe, and then there's Dog Boy standing there, Frank, it's like, oh God, these both have it could turn into a Tucker and Dale versus Evil kind of thing. There's your sort of archetypal sort of Addams Family sort of bad guys sort of standing there, and then all of a sudden she comes in all sweetness and light, and then everything switches on its head. I think you could have done something there. I think if the abuse and everything was more gradual, rather than just a switch that comes on, you could have made it more understandable if you tried to play it off as puppy play, because they set that up quite early on.
Yes, yeah.
There is some kinky sex game that Christian's into, and then she's studying it and she's getting into it, and then all of a sudden it's like, actually it's not puppy play, but you've been thinking it is. There's a dozen different ways you could go with it, and just kind of just devolve into let's have a fight in a barn and then twist. I was just like, oh, fuck off. What about you, Elton? What about you? Let's just
with the ending.
Yeah, with the ending. Did it basically, was that the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back with the film, or was, were you with the film up until then? What was it about the ending that kind of killed it for you? Or if it killed it for you?
It was when they woke up in bed and you just thought the knife has gone, and you've seen all this abuse, but I think from the film's perspective, they've been doing it subtly. And so now it's going to ramp up, and you're like, well, okay, we've gone through all this psychological stuff, which is interesting, and now we're going to get to the brute force stuff, which isn't as interesting because it's just painting it there for you. The psychological stuff, you got to think she's going through the thoughts of, okay, I'm on a date with this guy and there's a fucking man in a dog suit right there. But I'm just going to, smile and, oh, isn't he a good boy? Oh, look, he's trying to hump my leg type thing. But the brute force stuff, it's just too easy and too obvious. And like I said, I think if she really wanted to get away, it felt as if she got just over the hill, which is at the bottom of the garden, just past the molehills, and she just fell down and was like, oh, I'm so weak. Oh,
Vic, I
someone help me. Oh. And just going back, yeah, okay, fine, with a big stick and cracking him right. And she gave him a good crack, which I kind of thought was all right. The weird thing, though, is the Frank character. Now, clearly, he's been in this abusive situation for a long time. I don't know how well his legs are holding up after all the abuse of having been made to walk around on all fours. We don't know how long that's been going on for, and clearly it's had a bit of an effect on him because he can't really run or walk on his escape. But the abuse laid into him by the what was it, Christian? Was it? Tying him up, okay, abusive. Throwing water over him, okay, yeah, abusive. Locking him in the cage and bashing him around with loud music, yeah, okay. It's not on par with anything we've seen in any other films where people are really digging into someone. He pulled down his pants and spanked his bottom.
Yeah. Yes.
And that was traumatizing for that guy. Now, I'm not trying to play lightly because we don't know how much, over years and years and years, that could be like the pinnacle of, oh my God, I can't do anything. And he's just doing this. I'm so helpless to fight against this.
Yeah.
So I really, sometimes you have to really tread carefully because, other people lambast you for 30 seconds of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the problem for me is when you saw him walking back to the after everything is sorted out, all of a sudden she's knocked out on the floor. He's really fucking hit her with a baseball bat and could have killed her. And you're thinking, okay, she's brown bread.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it feels like the next day, but it's clearly not. And so, there's going to be questions of, there's someone missing. Did they not come back? Have they been told? There's so many questions going on about this. But I personally would have preferred the Fly 2 ending.
Which is?
When it's really hard. Okay, the bad guy comes crawling out for the food.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I remember now.
But imagine if that was her doing that. That would have, I think, that would have been more interesting than her in a dog suit, almost smiling away, being very responsive.
Yeah.
I've got so many questions. Like, where does he get those fucking suits from?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. As soon as I saw her in it, I was like, where does he get them from? Does he make them? Is there a shop that he can buy them from?
Yeah, he went to barking.
Hey. Pets in the pickle.
But I don't. It's just. I don't. I'm kind of lost for words on the actual ending because it's so generic. I think it is generic.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the problem I have with the ending, and feel free to jump in on this one, guys. But it's just like the problem is that the lack of the film's been barreling along at such a speed. And it's in such a desperate hurry to get to that, look, there's a baby in a dog costume, that it really kind of neglects kind of what you were alluding to there, Elton, that really what's happening is that abuse has to be a long-ass time for her not to have, for her to suddenly become a dog.
Yeah.
And it's like, so she's acquiesced. She's now a dog. She's now under full control of him, and happy to be so by the looks of things. And it just you kind of think, well, so was there nowhere in the preceding months, weeks, years where anyone came looking for her, where, at some point she didn't try and escape again? I mean, how is he managing this feat? And I know symbolically it's that abuse has taken hold and she's finally been abused into submission. It's just a symbolic submission thing, but it's like that. If that's going to happen, show us it happen.
There's a massive chunk of that story not there. So you have. Yeah. Let's do a little timeline. You have her recovering from her injuries, let's say in the barn.
Yes.
Let's say that takes 2 weeks.
Yes.
Then you have to force these people to do the Oompa Bumpy. Her to go through labour. You got 9 months, let's say 10 months there.
Yeah.
That kid's walking.
Yeah.
So you're talking another year on top of that. I just say, has no one asked where she is?
Yeah, that's my probability. That's my problem. There's this huge believability gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the story just wants you to be like, oh, child.
Like a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is how she's quite defiant. Even though she's scared, but she's quite defiant. So the idea that she would suddenly, submit to being this dog doesn't feel like it happened overnight, and it certainly wouldn't happen over like a course of even like a week or 2 weeks. she's got to be drugged or whatever the hell that he's doing. But it's got to be some kind of extremely long-winded, protracted thing.
You could have, oh God, this is getting dark, but you could have him threatening her with him hurting the child, and so she becomes more submissive like that. But that's part of the abuse.
Yeah, and that's also still relies on years having passed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and no one has come looking. So my problem is kind of, I think this film plays things very realistically up to a point, and then it goes into hand-wavy territory. It just really wants to get you to that final image.
Yeah.
And go, ooh, isn't that a big shock? And yeah, it's not nice, but it's not believable either.
No.
Because it is kind of, oh, come on.
Yeah, it's
She's made a call from that fucking house on a cell phone. They can trace that shit.
Yeah.
And he clearly has no social skills. He would crack. Leave him alone in a fucking cell for half an hour. He'll throw a tantrum and the detectives go, warrant.
Yeah.
we have a suspect. Where is she?
Yeah. And the fact is that the mum called. And she called the mum and spoke to the mum.
Yep.
And the roommate knows where she went, and she's gone to stay with a guy who's got a fucking man as a pet dog.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, if that wouldn't ring an alarm bell for most cops, I don't know what would.
Yeah.
No, she's gone missing. It's kind of like, no, sorry, this doesn't add up. I can't buy into this ending.
Yeah.
I can buy into her maybe hitting him once and not doing what I would do, which would be paying him a severe physical discourtesy.
I like that. Severe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're in shock. You think he's down, and you've not seen hundreds of slash movies like me, so you don't know to drop a fridge on his head just to make sure he doesn't get up again. But you know, I can go with that. But everything after that, it's like, oh, fuck off! Come on, no.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just it relies too much on suspension of disbelief at that point. At which point you just go, no. And it's all to get to the symbolism of she's subjugated and she becomes domesticated like a dog.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's fine if that's what you're doing, but if you're going to do that, compress the rest of the timeline. If you're running short of time, do that. You know, day 1, day 65, day 112, you know, or something like that. But this whole sort of run it in real time, you know, whirlwind romance over the course of a week, and then suddenly 3 years later, it's like, get fucked.
Yeah.
Really. Unless anyone else thinks differently, but I would say the word "get fucked" should feature quite highly in this.
Yeah.
Okay. No, completely with you on this one.
Yeah. So go on, Dan.
The only slight get out clause, right?
Oh, here we go. Go on. Yeah.
In this, as I've been sitting here thinking, and as we know, right, if we play it by the standard rules of if it doesn't happen on screen, it never happened.
Oh, okay.
She, as far as I can tell, didn't know where he was taking her. So she couldn't really tell her friend exactly where she was going. So what if nobody knows where this place is that he's taking them to?
Triangulation from cell phone towers.
Yeah.
And she'd probably have GPS turned on because we all fucking do.
Yeah, that is true. But I have to say, let's see. Shut up, that's why. Okay.
Nice.
No, but I mean, that's the only kind of thing of. Yeah, I mean, what if, right? What if he took her phone because he watched her unlock it and he started texting the mate and saying, "I'm going to be staying out here from now on. I'm not coming back."
I mean, there's, you know, it's possible, but you know, you're breaking your own rule if you don't see it, it didn't happen.
Exactly, you are.
So,
Yeah, we're having to make shit up for the film to make sense.
We are making shit up. We're doing the legwork for the director, which is very lazy. It shouldn't be that way.
No. I mean, there's a dozen different ways you could do this, and I wager that if they thought about it or had a little bit more runtime or took a little longer, or may I suggest take Frank out of it entirely and make the whole film about him trying to slowly subjugate her into being a dog, then you could make, becoming the dog the end game of the movie, but you do it as a whole movie. You know what I mean? If the slow erosion of her mind or something. You could do a number of different ways of doing it, but the problem is we've only got what we've been presented with, which is 1 week, then Scooby-Doo into like 3 years into the future, and suddenly magically he's subjugated her. But she was quite happy to hit him with a tree the last time we saw him. Yeah. So what, did she just give up? I mean, or was that hit on the head so hard that he basically, broke her mind? I don't know. I mean, but the problem is, as Jim says, we're really papering over the cracks at this point, but the crack is about 6 mile wide.
Yeah, it's a crack I tumbled into. You know what I mean? Kind of, I'm not out of the film. I've fallen through the bottom of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, fuck off.
Yeah, just stop. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've hit the bottom of the film, as the film itself has done. I mean, like I say, it could have been so much better, and it could have had a lot to say, but it just didn't want to, or it didn't want to take the time to say it, I think is the problem. But the one question I would ask, and this is just me just throwing this out here, and I want to kind of get your read on this. Does the film demonize furries? And I say that, and I know it's a joke. I know it's kind of jokey, but I'm just wondering whether or not it plays into sort of certain prejudices. I'm not furries things, not really for me. I got, if people want to do that, that's up to them. But I'm just wondering whether or not it's another. The film is pretending to be one thing and being pretty disingenuous about it. So it wants to be, poor lady has been, subjugated and domestic abuse and that, all that kind of stuff. But then goes, but it's all her fault because she was really up for it when she found out about the money. So it kind of, its message is muddled behind the sort of disingenuous kind of feel of, we should feel sympathy for her, but actually we shouldn't because she went for this and she knew what she was getting into. And I'm wondering whether or not it's doing the same with furries and people who are different or people who dress differently. It's just like 1 minute it's like, oh, you're supposed to understand Frank. And then it's like, actually, Frank is, completely, he's doing what he's doing to get by, and he has to be in an understanding family who understand him. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, actually, Frank's been tortured into doing this. He's been mentally damaged into doing this, psychologically tortured. So it's like, oh, okay, so it's not let's understand Frank. It's now Frank is actually being this weird and wacky because people are torturing him to do it. I'm just wondering if there's a kind of, again, another bit of disingenuous writing there of kind of 1 minute it's all about tolerance and then 5 minutes later it's like, actually, people wouldn't do this if they weren't being tortured.
I don't think it's trying to say that. I see where you're coming from. I don't think it's trying to do that. I think it's playing with the idea of that, because they do research before the date. Before the next date, they do the research and they're like, oh, actually, this is the thing. Okay, fine. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. But Frank's not in that situation.
No.
Am I right in thinking that Frank spoke English as well?
Yes, I thought so.
So I would love for her not to have understood him.
That would have been good.
But because I was reading the subtitles and I was like, I swear he spoke English, and I think on the recording he spoke English as well. But yeah, that could have been another thing that they played on. She could have been like, "What? What the fuck are you saying?"
Yeah, I don't understand you.
Down boy.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it's demonizing furries at all because they're not. And they're not playing that role. It comes across firsthand. It is, but once you understand the situation, then no, it's not demonizing them at all.
No. Okay. It's just thought I'd throw it out there just because it's another thread, and I didn't feel like this film was being honest with its depiction of anything in the end. Yeah. Anyone else got anything to add? Darren, Jim, anything about that?
All I will say is the sort of the where Frank is concerned, where his abuse, where it comes to his abuse, I mean, it's really part of the sort of narcissist playbook, this sort of thing, where you separate them.
Yeah.
Right? And I've heard many a story where the narcissist in the relationship has turned the other one against their friends.
Yeah.
Or their family, and then they're isolated, and then they really do go to work on them.
Yeah.
Right? And I can see why this happened to Frank, because he said he was a loner. Nobody liked him. So, perfect opportunity to get him and turn him into, you know, what he wants, really, to shape this, to torture him, you know, sort of like shape his mind into the sort of malleable thing that it was. And, you know, just applying that pressure and turning him into the ultimate in humiliation.
Yeah.
Is making him wear a dog suit and to, you know, make him crawl around like one and bark like one.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, that's the only other thing I can, you know, comes to mind with this.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to get a sense of whether or not there was certain level of kind of like, because you could then read into the whole thing of demonizing trans people, or, you know, or anyone who dresses differently or acts differently. But
well, certainly there will be people out there who will make that connection and claim that film is doing this.
Yeah.
Because I recently saw. I didn't follow it up because I've got better things to do with my time. But it was one of those things Facebook shows that you're not following. And you block, hide. Some crap's like running a story about how the Rocky Horror Picture Show is transphobic, and I was like, really?
Yeah. Okay, peace out.
Get fucked, you know. Move along now, honestly. Now, Mike, I think here you have there's a contrast between the videos they watch, the puppy play, and what's actually happening, which is something different.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But I say, no doubt someone will read it as being anti-furry propaganda. I have no doubt. No doubt. Yeah. They'll be out there, because, you know, for some people, black is white, up is down, left is right. And there's nothing better than starting a war over nothing. I wouldn't say, because I said this is a film. The dog suit's a bit of a red herring, because it is just about a psychopath who captures people.
Yeah.
And just the dog suit is just a bit of a gimmick in that. But otherwise, he's no different from a dozen other movie psychopaths who pull this shit, who capture people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, he's no different than Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs or anything else. He's just he takes his time. He's just got a different MO at the capture stage, really. But okay, fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll leave it there. Because we're now into the point of our review is longer than the movie itself. So I think we'll leave it there. If anybody else has any thoughts, if anyone has anything they want to add to this discussion, by all means do so. Jump on to the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast, or send us in a email to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, and we'll read it out next week. And if time allows, we'll also go back to those Alien Earth ones, which I feel like I should exercise everyone's demons for that, but hey ho. Right, so let's leave it there. Right, so we're into the second week now of the Indeterminate Weeks of Horror, which means we're on to Jim's choice. We've moved away from the puppy pound, and we've moved on from Crypto. I think I've downloaded the wrong Superman movie. To yes, what have you got for us, Jim? What's coming up next?
Well, I present you with a choice. Do you want a film I've seen, or a film I have seen turn up on lists of good horror movies, but I have been everyone advised you to go in blind, and so I've not seen it.
Okay, Darren.
It's a roll of the dice for this one, isn't it? Let's go in blind.
Yeah,
can we do that?
Yeah, I'll be up for that. Elton?
I just want cartoons. I don't want anything else. So yeah, whatever you guys choose. I can't choose this because I will.
Isn't Count Duckula out?
Yeah,
Prime or something. We can watch that if you want. Watch about 4 episodes together. That's like about movie length, isn't it?
Yeah, Trapdoor. Is
Trapdoor,
Willie Rushton Trapdoor? Yeah. We can do some of that.
Charlie Brown's Halloween or something like that. That'd do.
Adam's Family.
Hubie Halloween, yeah. Okay, then. Right. Oh, go on then, Jim. The one you haven't seen. Let's do that.
Right. It's on Netflix. It's called The Perfection. I believe it's about a music school, but I know nothing else other than that.
Okay.
And so every list I've seen it on, they always say, we're not going to say anything about this, go in blind. The less you know going in, the better. But apparently it gets pretty crazy.
The Perfection.
How crazy and what kind of crazy, I don't know. But I think it'll be kind of a fun ride. Kind of like that What's on the Inside sort of crazy. Interest. I've got the impression it's sort of that sort of thing. It's not going to be like something fucking grim.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Sort of skeevy torture porn or anything like that. But I know nothing about it. But I have seen it on several lists recommended for good horror movies to watch this Halloween. But they all say go in blind, so we'll take a chance.
Okay. If you change your mind. I'll be first in line. So we're going to take a chance.
We are indeed.
Take a chance. On The Perfection
on Netflix.
Brilliant, okay. Darren, have you seen this?
No, not at all.
Elton?
No, not a chance.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, neither have I. So I haven't got a first foggiest. I've seen the poster, which I am currently putting on the Facebook group. Okay. Well, there you go. The Perfection. It's on Netflix. Go in blind, and we will see how things play out next week. Right. Well, I suppose go over to Pimp's Corner then, and find out what's happening over at Hypnagoria.com. Jim.
This week I'm looking at a little found footage gem I saw recently called Leaving DC.
Okay.
Which, if it was actually on streaming to watch for free, I would have picked it to do.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It's only available to buy, sadly, on Amazon Prime currently. But yes, I have a non-spoiler review of that on my show this week.
Cool. Excellent. And Elton?
Just me watching cars go round in circles on the Grand Prix podcast.
Fantastic. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing a drawing challenge called Zombie Skulltober, which is on what was it, Blue Sky. So every day I've got to draw some kind of zombie skull. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I've just been drawing it, just random ones, and the prompt is 31 zombie skull. It just goes 1 zombie skull, 2 zombie skull, 3 zombie skull, and it's being run by a guy called oh God, what's his name? Because I've been following him for a while. Kenneth, what's his name? He's on Blue Sky. No, please hold the line while I scroll through my Blue Sky. Blah de blah de blah blah blah. It's being run by a guy called. Oh good lord! We should have had this prepped up, shouldn't I? Kenneth, where is he? Where's he gone? For fuck's sake! Jesus. Really enthralling kind of conversation right now. Yeah. There you go. Kenneth. Oh, bloody hell, he's changed his bloody name.
Kennethson.
Yeah. No, he's on Blue Sky as Super Action Funboy.bsky.social. He's actually an environmental artist and character designer, and he worked on Doom, the Doom remakes and that sort of thing, video games. And he and I have been Blue Sky friends for exactly a year, and so I am taking part in his challenge to do zombie skulls. So there you go. So if you want to see random zombie skulls every week, follow me on Blue Sky every day, and I'll do one for you every single day until the 31st of October. Other than that, nothing else going on. I'm just hiding from the world. Fuck the planet. And that's that. Darren, what about you? Anything going on?
Not much, no.
You're not live streaming your endless play of
I should
Stanley
do,
Parable?
really. Either that or Icarus. I think that would probably be more of a laugh, actually.
I think so. Just you sitting there going, I've built a house. Oh, my shoes are on fire. The house is burnt to the ground.
Have the skill. Look at don't obviously have the skill. Yeah.
It's like Jeremy Clarkson on The Long Dark. I mean, that's what it'd be. I just suspect it'd just be a disaster. Okay, well, if you decide to do it, do let us know, and we shall promote it. Right. So that's it for us. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And we shall see you all next week for The Perfection. I don't know why I felt like I had to say it like that, but perfection. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
How much is that dog in the window? Woof, woof. The one with the waggly tail. Woof, woof.
No, the one licking its bollocks.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I already came for a kebab.